Hello everyone, today I'm working on this steam engine. It's a D51 and I bought this in Japan and I had it shipped over here. Interestingly enough, the shipping from Japan is very reasonable, and I mean, look at this. I don't know if you can see, but this is probably 20 years old and it was really well taken care of. There's no dust, really there's nothing to do on it. Although I'm still gonna clean the wheels from the tender. This engine picks up electricity from the tender, so I'm gonna take the time to clean these wheels. And for the locomotive, they look clean enough. I'm not going to get into that. But look at the beautiful details. This engine does not have a light. And it's provided, there's a pilot if you want to put a coupler to the front. That's included to replace this type of a pilot. And then there's also number boards which are included. So these go on the side of the cab. They go to the side of the cab like so, here, and to the front. And there's also one at the back here. So I don't put them on. You could Americanize this, I guess, pretty easily. Just put your railroad logo here and your engine number here. That would probably look American enough. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run it as is. Look at these very nice pop valves here. It's very good detail. These are made out of brass. They're very solid. So let's get into that and we'll do the tender trucks. So the front one, pretty easy to do. Just remove the one screw. And that's going to get us in there, and the drawbar is just going to come out. So that was pretty easy. And also I think the weight's going to come out here, just like that. It's just wedged in there a little bit, but there's your weight. And then there's two contact strips in there. And there's a truck pin holding the rear truck. Oh yeah, this may come out. Okay, so I'm gonna work on this truck pin. Now I have my trucks in my hand. I can proceed to lift them a little bit. And just remove them from their journal box. The D51 to Japan, it's like the equivalent of the big boy in the US. Of course it's much smaller, but that was their workhorse that they kept all the time. So let's just clean them with my rag. When I have trucks like that with contact strips, instead of removing the two wheels and cleaning them and putting them back, actually do one at a time like this. You can see there's an insulated side that's black. Let me refocus that for a second. There's an insulated side that's black here, and then there's a one that's not insulated that is silver. So I keep the black with the black. So as I put it back, I want to be sure that my contact strips will ride exactly where they're supposed to. Perfect. And oh, this one doesn't feel right. And perfect, and I check it with my finger to make sure that it rolls well. Excellent. So I'm going to do the other side, and I'll do the rear truck as well. So I will want to test this for rolling resistance. That's good. This one too is good. And now I'm going to start putting them back, starting with the rear one. Sometimes you buy stuff on eBay and you're a little disappointed, or it's not in the condition you hoped. But this one actually was better than I expected. That was definitely a good purchase. And I'll put my weight back, just making sure the contact strips are in the correct place. Looks good. Gonna get rid of this hair here. That's not acceptable. And I'll put the screw back on. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the drawbar. That's pretty important. So this picks up electricity from the engine, but also from the tender. And these two pins here, they bring electricity from the tender to the engine. So very important that you have them put in their proper spot. Once they're in their proper spot there, they'll become almost invisible. So you end up with a very detailed engine. Just this little step that is, I would say, major. So I will put back this on the tender while making sure that my contact strips are lined up. Very important. And they have a fair bit of tension, which is good because you want them to make contact. All right, that looks good. And then I can bring my weight. That's a little bit tricky. You have to make sure my pins are put in correctly and also my weight's put in correctly. And then I can bring the screw. And that, as they say, is that. So this will be a pretty short video, but like I said, sometimes you just get lucky. And now it's time to run some trains. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.